game changer is more than a player. They are leaders, visionaries and pioneers redefining rugby in Asia. From inspiring leaders to administrators driving progress behind the scenes, women are transforming the game at every level.
Match officials ensure fairness and integrity.
Players push boundaries on the field.
Medical professionals keep teams strong and healthy.
Coaches craft winning strategies,
and development coaches shape and grow the future of rugby.
Together, we're breaking barriers, challenging norms, leaving a lasting legacy. One role,
one try,
one challenge, and one story at a time.
And inspiring the next generation.
I am a game changer.
Welcome to episode 2 in 2025 for the Women in Rugby Asia Game Changers. This is our second episode, and today we have a remarkable woman with us today that we'll be chatting to, hearing their stories, hearing how it's going in their countries, what are they doing for rugby and how they are changing the game. Lovely ladies here today. We are going to introduce Sarah first. Sarah, hi, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you? Hello?
Do we have Sarah? Or we can ask Sarah to come back on again. We also have Christabel with us here today.
Hi everyone, I'm Christabel from Singapore. Thanks for having us today.
Hi, there we are. Hi Sarah. Hi Christabel. How are you? And then we also have Tanuja that will be joining us here today. Hey Tanuja.
Hi.
While we're having Tanuja come. Hi Tanuja, how are you doing?
Hi, I am fine.
Thank you so much for joining us. Sarah, where are you joining us from today? What's the time on your side?
So right now I'm actually in Dubai and it's 5 p.m.
Okay. And what's Dubai looking like on a Sunday afternoon?
I mean, it was great. I was just at the sevens where there were under 18 girls and boys playing, and it was honestly amazing. Under 14, under 18, under like all of the ages were playing today. It was very nice to watch.
Lovely. Thank you for sharing that with us, Sarah. Christabel, where are you joining us from?
I'm in Singapore and it's nighttime now, but I was at the Sevens too, but I was watching it on TV. So we just had the Perth Sevens and really exciting. So still buzzing from the excitement.
Excellent. So whether it's Monday through to Sunday, rugby obviously doesn't stop for these ladies. It's full time. Tanuja, where are you joining us from today?
I am joining from Sri Lanka in Colombo.
Lovely. And what's a typical Sunday afternoon over there? What's the time on your side?
Now about 6:30 p.m.
Okay. Thank you so much for making time to chat to us today. I'm sure we have so much to talk about. Sarah, I'm going to start with you after Christabel. Christabel, if you can just start with telling us a bit about your background, how you started in rugby, where did your journey and interest with rugby start?
Well, I was a former player turned referee. So I played for over 10 years and I played 15s and 7s in Singapore. And I had the privilege to play at 2 Asian Games and the Southeast Asian Games. And actually in 2018, I broke my hand. So you can see the scar here. And that's where I decided to take a refereeing course. So in 2018, while I was recovering from my broken hand, I was refereeing and I enjoyed it. So I thought, maybe that's something I could do after I stopped playing. So in 2018, I decided to stop playing after Asian Games and make the transition to try and referee internationally. Yeah. So I think why I did that was because I want to think about how I can further contribute past my playing time, because playing time is short, and what bigger impact I can have on the game. So I thought, yeah, let's try refereeing.
Thank you so much for having that not stop you and still continue to put your value into rugby and share your experience. How is refereeing at the moment in Asia? I'm sure you have made a lot of friends, you have a lot of colleagues when you guys come to matches. What's the atmosphere like? What's the support like? How do you guys work together and support each other?
So in 2019, I first got into Asia Rugby. And actually, as a group of us, a group of referees, we've been together for about 3 to 4 years now, quite consistently, a group of us at the Asian 7 Series. And when I started in 2019, it was just me and another female, so 2 of us. And I'm glad to say that now, with increase and with much more female match official presence in Asia, and I think that's a great step forward. And for 15s, we're able to fill a team of 3 female match officials for some of the games, and I think that's really a huge step. And we got to continue doing that to have representation at as a panel of match officials, so that people can get inspired and want to join, and can see that there are opportunities at the top level for female officials. Yeah.
Do you miss playing?
Yes. You miss the camaraderie with the team, and not to say that we don't have a team now, but we're not always in the same country, so we don't see each other that often. We work with our own coaches, but yeah, when you play as a team, you kind of miss running out in the field together, experiencing the high and lows together on the field. But when you're refereeing, it's pretty much just you and your team of 2 other assistant referees. And but what I don't miss is getting tackled and tackling. So I think being a referee suits me perfectly right now.
Thank you so much, Cristobal. We have a comment that came through, and that's from President of Asia Rugby, His Excellency President Kaisal Dalai. He says, I'm so proud of these 3 heroes. Way to go. And Cristobal, you sharing your battle scars with us. You guys are all definitely heroes in our eyes. We're going to move over to Sarah. Sarah, you've been a player yourself. You just told us that you just came back from rugby on a Sunday, so you're definitely very involved. Like Cristobal, give us a bit of background, where you started, how old were you when you started rugby, how did you get interested in rugby, and what your journey was like to date.
So basically, I started pretty late. I started in my 2nd year of university. Back in Lebanon, we have rugby in universities. So a bunch of my friends started the first female rugby team there, and they knew I was very athletic and very sportive, and they kept telling me, Sarah, join rugby. And I'm like, no, I don't want to get an ACL. I don't want, no. So eventually, when they finally played their first game versus another club, and I watched them, it was a Sunday. I think it was also a Sunday. By the beach. I was at the beach, and then I went to the game, and I saw them play, and then I was like, I think I can do that, and let me give it a shot. And that's what brought me here today.
Well, what was the biggest change for you? If there's somebody else that is maybe sitting out there thinking the same like you, like, I don't want to do that, or I don't want to get hurt, I'm scared of this. What was the biggest change for you to say, look, I can do this? What should people look out for to make them think you can definitely do it?
I think it's just putting yourself in their place. So what I did is I was actually watching their game, and I looked at one specific person, and she was actually my friend. So I was watching her play, and I'm like, I think I can do that, like passing, tackling. It looks cool. It sounds fun. So that's basically it.
I heard a little secret earlier. Apart from rugby, what else do you do? There's something that you're very talented at.
Apart from rugby, you mean sports-wise or something else?
No, I heard you're very crafty and you're good at designing.
Yes. I'm a senior graphic designer and art director, but I'm also into sports as well. So I try to combine both as much as I can.
Thank you, Sarah. Tell me, what is happening in Lebanon in terms of rugby? What are you doing from your side to develop it and take the game further?
So right now, because things are a bit like tricky in Lebanon, we're hoping for the best. I think things are looking better for Lebanon in 2025. My plan is to reintroduce rugby because we had stopped literally all action. Everything was on hold because of the situation. So I want to bring back rugby for the clubs, my club and the other clubs that we have. I want to try to open up new clubs, and I want to try to introduce rugby to the schools and get things rolling so that we can start having youth getting into rugby and not just very late on in their lives the way I had it.
You just mentioned that you want to restart something, you want to build again, which means there was something, and you mentioned your club. Please tell us about how you started it, where the idea came from, and how you just started your own club.
Yeah, so basically, when we were back in our university, we found a tournament online, and we just spoke between us, our small friends. We're like, okay, let's go to this tournament. It was in Turkey. And we're like, okay, let's create a name, let's create a club, let's do this, let's do that. So basically, it started off of just a bunch of friends with the passion of rugby, trying to get as much rugby as we can, because it's very limited in Lebanon, because it's still developing and growing. So that's basically how we created our team. And then in 2017, we actually founded it all together. And I've been running it ever since. With all the ups and downs of Lebanon, if it was the economical crisis or the political thing going on, or even COVID, like all throughout all of these things, we struggled a lot and we had to rebuild so many times. I've had actually kind of 3 generations right now. Some people call me grandma in my club. So yeah. They're like my babies. I love them so much. I have babies and their babies have babies as well right now. So yeah.
I think that's a real definition of breaking barriers. Before I move over to Tanuta, I just wanted to ask you, with all these things that you are faced with and restarting and rebuilding, what keeps you going? Why don't you lose hope yet? What in rugby keeps you going to think, okay, it doesn't matter, I'm going to do it again and I'm going to do it again?
It's just the love of rugby. It's the passion that we have. So it's like even my entire club, we've built it together. It's run by women, it's for women, and it's all because of the passion that we have, which is rugby. And the fact that we want to try to make something happen, if not for us, for the future generations.
And you have taken this and also created your own tournament, right? If you can just give us a quick insight on a tournament, not only a club you put together, but you put a whole tournament together.
Yes. So in 2023, because of the lack of competition we have in Lebanon, because we have 1 or 2 clubs, and sometimes you don't have enough numbers in the clubs, so we don't really play a lot versus each other. So me and my team and my club, we organized a regional tournament, and we invited people from countries near us, so like Dubai, Qatar, Syria, Jordan. They all came to our tournament that we hosted, and it was a small but good success, honestly, which drove us even more to get things rolling for the next year. We planned on doubling everything. We had invited 10 clubs, and we made it 2 days, but unfortunately, because of the situation, it was supposed to happen last summer, but due to the circumstances, we had to postpone it, and hopefully, if things are looking great this summer, it's gonna get rolling. And with the help of Asia Rugby as well, I think it's going to be a very, very big success, honestly.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Good luck and keep on pushing. Thanks so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
We have a question before we move to Tanuja. Christabel, we have a question from Asia Rugby President, Case Al Atalai. So no, Christabel, when will I see you as president of Singapore Rugby Union?
Thanks, Case, for the question. I'm not sure it's anytime soon, but thank you for the faith in women in this administration, especially. I think we have at Singapore Rugby Union committees where women in leadership, there are women in leadership positions, and we've got to keep pushing to get more women in leadership positions, and I think we can work towards it. Yeah. I'm still a referee though right now, so maybe not anytime soon. Thank you, sir.
Enjoy the refereeing for now, Christabel. We're going to be chatting to Tanuja. Tanuja, tell us a bit about yourself, when you started, just like the rest. How did your journey start with rugby?
I was a national player. I played sevens and tens rugby in Sri Lanka. I have experience about more than 20 years of playing rugby. And also now I am work with Sri Lanka Rugby as a training and education and women's rugby development manager. And also I am Asia Rugby ambassador. Other than I had experience of captain of Sri Lanka national team.
That's excellent, Tanuja. Thank you so much. Tell us, in Sri Lanka, with the position that you are working in, tell us about the current women's rugby development in Sri Lanka.
Current women rugby development in Sri Lanka. Actually, I am happy to say about women's rugby in Sri Lanka getting better. I think it's going right direction. Currently, we are conducting rugby league in Sri Lanka. At the moment, already 6 club has registered for that tournament. So I think it is very amazing. And also talk about 15-a-side. We are planning to implement 15-a-side in the next year because they have only experience about 10-a-side. We are planning to gradually implement it to the next year. I am really excited about that. For next year, I want to see the 15-a-side in Sri Lanka. And not only that, we are planning to join to Asia Rugby level tournament also as a 15-a-side team from Sri Lanka. And also talk about the girls rugby in Sri Lanka. A lot of girls rugby girls are trying to engage with Sri Lanka Rugby, and also they are registered. A lot of players are registered for the this year tournaments. I think in Sri Lanka, women's rugby development is getting better. I'm so happy about as a development manager. I think I happy about that.
Thanks, Tanuja. And hearing that, I think, makes everybody out there happy as well. Can you shed a bit of light? Tell us about T1 rugby and how that is going in Sri Lanka.
We heard about T1 rugby last year. The Asia Rugby has implemented T1 rugby for us last year, April. That's a game is very interesting and easy to understand, and then can play easily. So we are planning to in this year first quarter we are planning to implement it zonal level to provincial level for the schools, and also we have planned to conduct T1 Rugby Festival in end of this year. So my idea is T1 Rugby is very important for the rugby development, because as a teenager girls like they need to gradually get into the contact rugby. Through the T1 Rugby, I think we can find out a lot of girls to engage for the women's rugby. Finally, my target is to find out a lot of players for the women's national team.
That's wonderful, Tanuja. Really growing, things are really happening. Is there something, we have a question that also came through. Is there something that Sri Lanka rugby lacks? With everything that is going well, if there's maybe one or two things that you can mention that if you had it, it would go better, what is missing at the moment for Sri Lanka rugby?
At the moment, our structure is a little bit unsettled. So only so I think in the next couple of years everything will settle down, and we can go forward with the good way.
Thanks, Tanuja. Is there somebody, Christabel, Sarah, do you want to, T1 is quite a new thing. Is there something you can add on about T1 Rugby and how you may be implementing it and how it's going on your side?
So basically, I want to try to introduce T1 Rugby for the school kids. I think that's a brilliant way to get things rolling. That's my first step when I'm back in Lebanon.
Sarah, the warrior princess, we got a comment from Ellen Basson, #women's rugby is life. Thank you, Ellen, for bringing that comment. Christabel, is there something on T1 Rugby that you would like to mention?
I think for Singapore, we've introduced it in a small way, just together with HSBC Sevens, like where we introduce all sorts of rugby, have a rugby festival, and try and get people who are never involved in rugby before to come and experience rugby. And I think T1 was one of it. So they might continue it this year, or we might, put it in the programs. I'm not sure. I'm not in the union, but next time, if I'm the president, then yeah, we'll probably have a conversation about it.
Thank you, Christabel. We are just quickly going to do some rapid fire questions. So this is where I shoot out very short questions and everybody gets a chance to answer. Don't think about it. The first thing that comes to mind, you have to answer as quick as possible. Okay, we ready?
Yes.
Okay, so question number one up for everybody. Sevens or 15?
Sevens.
All for sevens. Okay. Then we're going to go with our second question. Favorite food?
Pizza.
Thai food.
Our next question is spicy or not spicy? What do you prefer? Spicy, not spicy?
Very spicy.
Spicy.
Your favorite female rugby player?
Lona Mar.
Sarah Hirni.
Portia Woodman.
Okay, and then a last one up before we give everybody a chance to just answer some broader questions is favorite male rugby player.
Bundy Eki from Ireland.
Richie McCaw for me.
Richie McCaw.
Wow, two more goals. Thank you so much for answering your favorite male rugby players. Another comment from Sarah, okay, Adeline. Christabel, question for you. Any words of advice for budding female referees? What would you tell other female referees out there?
I would say go and experience it, go and try. The best thing you can do is go out and experience it on your own. I think once you step into refereeing, you realize there are actually many opportunities in your club, in your schools, in your home union, and there's so many different types of games to referees, under 14s, 16s, age group, men's and women's. So go out there and try and experience and learn from there. Yeah. So first thing, just try.
Thanks, Christabel. There is Sarah. She came with a comment on YouTube saying, such inspiring ladies. I have some more questions to inspire some more people out there. What would you say, and I think we'll give each one a chance. Sarah, let's start with you. What would you say to parents to actually encourage them to let their children play rugby?
I mean, rugby is super empowering. It allows your child not only to get into a team and think about teamwork, it also teaches them discipline and respect and the inclusivity that it has. It's just amazing. Your daughter or your son will come out super resilient, super tough, ready to fight life, and yeah, it's very encouraging.
Thanks, Sarah. Christabel, if you have any words for parents out there to actually encourage them to have their kids play rugby?
I think Sarah, she summed it up. It's super empowering, builds confidence at refereeing as well, and it's the teamwork and friendship that you get growing together in the sport. So I don't see any downsides actually. It's a great life skill to have discipline, resilience, everything all in one game. Yeah.
Thanks, Christabel. Tanuja, if a parent came to you, what would you say to encourage them for their kids to play rugby?
Yes, I want to say about not only the development officer or manager as a player, and also I am a mother of two, so I have idea about that. So I think rugby is a very fashionable game, and we can find out lot of opportunities. Not only the playing, there are so many things to learn. Therefore, I think rugby is very important for the little girls and boys and everyone.
Tanuja, I think this gives you a perfect opportunity. Speak to Sri Lanka for 30 seconds. Send a message out to parents in Sri Lanka in your language, in your home language, and give them a word of encouragement to invite their kids and bring them over to play rugby. Please, Tanuja.
රග ක්‍රීඩාව තුළින් ඉතාම හොඳ ක්‍රීඩකෙක් බිහි වෙනවා. රග ක්‍රීඩාවේ නීති රීති සහ ඒ තුළ ගොඩනැගෙන ධෛර්යය, අධිෂ්ඨානය සහ කැපවීම මේ සියල්ල තුළින් හොඳ ක්‍රීඩකයෙක් වගේම විනයගරුක පුද්ගලයෙක් නිර්මාණය වෙනවා. ඊට අමතරව රග ක්‍රීඩාව තුළ අපට අධ්‍යයන ඉගෙනීම සඳහා ගොඩාක් අවස්ථා තියෙනවා. අපි මේ පිළිබඳව වැඩිදුර අධ්‍යයනය කළොත් ක්‍රීඩාවක් විදිහට නැතුව වර්ල්ඩ් රග්බි කියන ආයතනය තුළ ශ්‍රී ලංකා වාසීන් හැටියට දෙමව්පියන්ට කියන්නේ දරුවන්ට විශාල අවස්ථා රාශියක් තියෙනවා පුහුණුකරුවෙක්. රෙෆරි කෙනෙක් ප්ලේ කෙනෙක් පමණක් නොව මෙඩිකල්ස් ඒ වගේ පුළුල් පරාසයක් තුළ මේ ක්‍රීඩාව බිහි වෙලා තියෙනවා. ක්‍රීඩාවට පමණක් නොවේ අධ්‍යාපනයටත් විශාල වශයෙන් මෙම ක්‍රීඩාව පුළුල් වෙලා තියෙන නිසා මම කියනවා ක්‍රීඩා කිරීම පමණ නොවේ දරුවන්ගේ අධ්‍යාපනය ඔවුන්ගේ අනාගතය පිළිබඳ හිතලා රග ක්‍රීඩාව සඳහා යොමු කිරීම ඉතාම වැදගත් කියලා.
Thank you, Tanuja. Now we don't want to leave anybody out. Sarah, in your language, same like Tanuja did, invite some parents over, give them some encouragement, get some more kids to play rugby.
The funny thing is my language is like a combo of 3, which is English, Arabic, and French. So what I'm going to say is I really encourage everyone to come. Yalla, let everyone try it. Let your kids try it. It's going to be very, very, very empowering, and it will build their characters for them to grow up and be amazing humans in life. So yalla, let's do it.
Thanks, Sarah. Christabel?
My language is just English. So I think it's great what all the countries are doing to get more girls to play rugby and girls at a younger age. So have confidence in the sport. It's going to build confidence, teamwork, friendship. And, you know, people think it's a male-dominated sport, but I think all the girls should go out there and show that girls can just be as tough, as strong, and fearless as anyone thinks.
Thank you so much, Christabel. I see Sarah's burning to ask a question. If there's no more comments from anybody's side, we'd like to thank everybody that took the time to obviously tune in to join Asia Rugby Live 2025 for the second episode. There are more episodes coming. There are more stories to share. We're going to meet more remarkable ladies. Thank you so much for being absolute game changers. You saw all the comments. You saw what everybody out there thinks of you. They're totally behind you. They're totally supporting you. If there's anything, always shout, Asia Rugby is there. Everybody's there to support each other. I think it's great what you guys are doing. So keep up the hard work. Doesn't matter what challenges there are. I think you are all pushing through it. Keep on going. And we're going to have episode 3 coming up very soon on Asia Rugby Live with the Game Changers. Thank you so much, Tanuja. Thank you, Christabel. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for the team that is facilitating this in the background that we don't see on the screens. We will chat to everybody very shortly. Thank you so much.
A game changer is more than a player. They are leaders, visionaries, and pioneers redefining rugby in Asia. From inspiring leaders to administrators driving progress behind the scenes, women are transforming the game at every level.
Match officials ensure fairness and integrity.
Players push boundaries on the field.
Medical professionals keep teams strong and healthy.
Coaches craft winning strategies,
And development coaches shape and grow the future of rugby.
Together, we're breaking barriers, challenging norms, leaving a lasting legacy. One role,
one try,
one challenge, and one story at a time.
and inspiring the next generation.
I am a game changer.